We're here today to tell you about famous people, dictators, leaders, and all sorts of people throughout history. Come up here, Bach. Hello, Tipper. Hello, Bach. Hello, Tipper. Hello, Bach. Hello, Tipper. Hello, Bach. Hello, Tipper. So, now today we're going to talk about Alexander the Great.
Oh, he was great.
Well, it depends on who you were.
Oh,
If you were Greek, yeah, he was great. If you were anybody else at the time, nope, he was not.
so he's only called great in Greece.
No, he's called great everywhere now because I think people... Do you remember that happened before?
The earth shook.
Yeah, when we were doing the thing about Stalin.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't talk about these people.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't. But I don't have anything else to talk about. So today we'll carry on with Alexander the Great.
Who wasn't so great for everybody else.
No, not so great.
But they've all forgotten now.
Yeah, I think they have. So anyway, he was born in Greece, Macedonia.
I thought that was a different country.
It is, but we're not getting into that.
No, we're not getting into that. Because Macedonia is in northern Greece and it's also in north of Greece.
Yeah, that's a whole different place. But again, we're not getting into that. Too complicated.
Okay.
So anyway, Alexander the Great, born in Greece, Macedonia, to his father, King Philip, who was the ruler of France.
He was?
Of course he was.
Oh, what was he doing in Greece?
He was on his holidays.
Oh, so he just stayed there.
No, he left Alexander there so Alexander could go to school then, because the Greeks had great schools back then.
Not now.
Oh, they have great schools now as well. But back then they had even better ones because Socrates was the history teacher.
Really?
Yeah, Socrates was a great teacher.
Was he?
Yeah, very famous teacher. Probably the most famous teacher around the world. He taught history. He taught about World War I, World War II. He taught about the sky falling down.
That was chicken licking.
Oh yeah, that was chicken licking. Anyway, so he was big ruler and he ruled a lot of things in his time and he went, what?
What?
What was that?
It's Mary.
She's coming over here.
Yeah.
Quick, hide.
Why?
I'll tell you later.
Tibbo!
I'm not here.
Oh, well, I'll come back later.
Okay, Mary.
Okay, Tibbo. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Is she gone?
Yeah,
Why didn't you want to talk to her?
because we're talking about Alexander the Great.
And what does that mean?
She goes on and on and on and on and on about Alexander the Great.
Well, maybe we should have got her in. She might have told us stuff.
Excuse me, I know everything about Alexander the Great. Anyway, where was I?
So his father was French, had him on his holidays in Greece, left him to go to school with Socrates, and then what happened?
Well, then he got bored.
He got bored.
Yeah, he got very bored. He was in school and he started going, you know what? I don't like this school, Socrates.
And what did Socrates say?
Socrates says, well, tough. This is school. Deal with it. He says, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to form an army.
Where'd he get an army?
Apparently back then, armies were hanging out everywhere. And you could just go up to one and say, excuse me, do you want to go and invade somewhere? And they'd say, yeah, go ahead. We'll go with you. And so they went.
Where did they go?
They went to Sparta.
Sparta. The football club.
No,
Sparta Prague.
no, not Sparta Prague. They went down to Sparta. It was an island where all the warriors were.
Why did they go there?
Because they wanted to beat them first.
And did they?
Yeah. In fact, they said to them, will you join us? We're going into Asia.
Where's that?
It's just north of Canada.
Oh, so they went to Asia and they must have brought coats because it's very cold even in Canada. North of Canada, it's going to be freezing.
That's true. So anyway, that's what they had to do first. They had to go and get a lot of bears. So they went and they got a lot of bears and they took the fur from the bears.
What did the bears do?
Well, the bears weren't happy about it, but they says, okay, you can have the fur, but you bring it back when you're finished.
Okay, so that's what happened. So the bears lent them the fur and then they went to Canada.
No, they didn't go to Canada. They went north of Canada.
But how did they get there?
They swam.
Alexander the Great swam to Canada.
Just north of Canada.
With bears?
With the bear fur.
And all his army?
Yeah.
And he invaded where?
Asia.
Oh. What happened?
Well, he won. That's why they call him great.
In Greece?
Yeah, not in Asia.
Well, now they do.
Yeah, now they do, but back then they says, no, this is Alexander not so good. Because he was always like robbing stuff and hurting people and not being very nice in general.
No,
not at all. He was actually very not nice. So to other people, but they say, there's that Alexandra. He says he's not so good, that one.
But the army was saying, Alexander, you're great.
Yeah, they were encouraging him because they were getting a lot of money out of him. So they said, Alexander, you're great. And the people went, no, you're not so great. And they went, yes, he is, or we'll go over there and sort you out. And he says, okay, so army, go sort them out.
I'll go.
Not you. Where are you going?
Sorry, I was just getting into it.
Anyway, so he had enough of Asia. He went into Africa.
Yeah,
he went to South Africa and he joined the Zulu tribe.
he did.
Yeah, and he became leader of the Zulu, where he lived happily ever after.
Oh, he never went back to Greece?
No, he didn't go back to Greece. His father came looking for him after school, and Socrates says, I don't know where he is. He went off to Asia looking for bears, and I haven't seen him since. And the father says, hey, why is that you looking after the kids? And he says, I don't know where he is. And all the time he was in Africa, South Africa, with the Zulus as chief of their tribe.
Oh, interesting guy.
Yeah, he was an interesting guy. That's one thing about Alexander. He was an interesting guy.
Okay.
So there you have it.
There we have it.
Did you learn stuff?
No.
Bach. Anyway, I hope you all learned stuff out there. And if you liked it, subscribe and comment.
Well,
Stop. And so we're going to go now. What's the next show? If you want to. If you don't, well, don't. Bye-bye from him.
bye-bye from him.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.